Hi, I'm Dave, the Fibro Outdoorsman, and today I'm going to show you 3 ways to make pour-over coffee out on the trail. Okay, one of the things you need for coffee is hot water. To boil water, I'm going to use my Caddy kettle stove. Go on, Cooper. This is a pretty unique design. This is a fire pan that we're going to make fire in. And then you can see this kettle, it's actually hollow. So it's a double-walled aluminum kettle. You pour water in here so it sits in between the 2 aluminum walls. And then when you have a fire going, you sit it on top here, and you can feed more sticks down inside here so that the whole inside heats up and boils the water very rapidly. Once you get the fire going, these stoves are very, very quick at boiling water. Alright, I'm going to fill the kettle with water. Just put 2 bottles in. There's 2 bottles of water. I'm going to put the cap back on for now. You don't want the stopper on when you start to boil the water. Now we need to build a fire. I've gathered up some small twigs to put in there. I'm going to start, this is a piece of fat wood, which is pine wood that's impregnated with pine resin. You can find fat wood in old tree stumps, knots in pine trees, places where the branches meet the trunk. The sap tends to collect in those areas, and the resin then in time it hardens. This one came actually out of a box. You can buy it like at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot. So I'm going to make some very fine shavings in here. There's a spider on me. I just want to make these very, very light, fine shavings. Make sure they curl. Now I'm just going to cut that off. Make sure it's on top where the sparks will catch it. And I'm going to use a ferro rod. Again, with the sharpened spine. It throws sparks pretty well. So let's see if we can get this fire lit. Try and get it in the best position for you to see. There we are. Now I can start feeding in the smaller sticks. The Caddy kettle, it's big, but it's lightweight because it's thin aluminum. I really like it. Now I'm going to make sure that I remove the stopper before putting it on the flames. I'm just going to sit this on here, and you can see already the flame is starting to come out the top. So it creates a chimney effect. Draws a lot of heat up inside the inner wall, which heats up and makes the water boil. And now we can just drop some sticks down inside to continue feeding the fire. Alright, while the water's boiling, we'll talk about the 3 coffee makers we have. These are all what's called a pour-over style coffee, where you put coffee into the container and then you pour hot water over top of it. This is the Brew by Sea to Summit. This is made out of silicone. It collapses. Really small, lightweight, easy to carry. So you extend it. You can see it has a metal filter in there for the coffee, and you just sit it on top like that. That's also a Sea to Summit collapsible mug. Next we have the Hario. This is the V60 02 model. This is a cult following coffee maker. It's from Japan. It uses a paper filter that you put in, and you put in the coffee grounds and then slowly pour hot water over top of it to brew coffee. The third one, this is called the Coffee Caddy by T-Moss Incorporated. This is the very first one that I bought a long time ago. This is probably 12 years old. It has a removable basket with a really fine filter. So you want to use really coarse coffee in here to make coffee. Otherwise it takes forever to pour through and it can clog a lot. Okay, I hear the water boiling. So let's get some coffee, get some hot water, and start brewing. Okay, our water's boiling now. So we want to use the handle and the chain from the stopper to lift this up off the fire. Now we can just lift up on the stopper to pour our water. It's that simple. First we're going to use the Sea to Summit X Brew. I have some coffee that I pre-ground. I used the GSI Java Mill coffee grinder. It's a small, compact, portable coffee grinder. I'll put a link in the description down below. Now I'm just going to put 1 scoop of the coarse coffee in there. Using the Kelly kettle. Pour some water in. And let that brew. The second is the Hario V60. Now this one uses a special cone-shaped paper filter. It has a seam printed on it here. You want to fold it along that seam. And then open it up, put it inside the coffee maker. I'm going to use some medium ground coffee for this one. And the red scooper that I'm using is from the Hario coffee maker. Now the Hario really has a cult following, and you can geek out on exactly how much coffee down to 1/10 of a gram, how much water you should use down to the 1/10 of a gram. A lot of people recommend that you rinse the filter first to get rid of any paper residue and dust, make the coffee taste a little better. That's up to you. If I were at home and I wanted a really, really good cup of coffee, I might take the time to do that, but here in the woods, any coffee's good. So I don't really care. I'm sure all the Hario lovers are cringing right now that I'm just dumping all the water in at once. Normally you want to slowly add it in. People have different patterns that they pour the coffee in. Like I said, you can really geek out on this one. We're just looking for a nice cup of coffee on the trail, so I'm just going to pour it in and let it go. The third one is this Coffee Caddy. Again, it has this like holder on the bottom. I'm just going to fill this with coarse ground coffee. You can see it has a little fill line. Set it back like that. Add some water. And we'll let it go. Let's see how I did on water. The Sea to Summit. That's about 1/2 cup of coffee. Not bad. The Hario, that's mostly full. This one definitely tastes better. Without a doubt, the paper filter does a much better job than these metal screens. and the coffee caddy. Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely better than instant. The Hario is by far the best tasting. That paper filter just does a great job at filtering out all the oils and bitterness and makes for a really nice cup of coffee. So there you have it. That's 3 methods of making pour-over coffee out on the trail. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite way of making coffee while you're out camping is. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date with all the latest videos we have coming out. Thanks for watching.